You thought it was over.
Wait a minute. That was not good enough. Here's the real intro.
You're really gonna make me do it?
Do what?
You know that nothing will stop me on here as it returns to my hand. Not even your face.
You've gone quite mad. You'll be executed for this.
And I'll see you on the other side, brother.
All right, I yield.
Need some spicy Time Spiral Remastered reprints, maybe some cool old border cards? Well, you can pre-order Time Spiral Remastered now from our sponsor Card Kingdom by heading over to cardkingdom.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds. And this week, we are returning to one of our favorite sub-series, and the most popular sub-series of Against the Odds, which is Planeswalker Tribal, to play the best Planeswalker in the history of Magic. Yes, that's right, it is Tibalt Tribal time. So let's talk about the deck real quick, jump into some games, see it in action. Alright, so here is our Tibalt Tribal list, and of course, it is all about the Tibalt, starting with OG Tibalt, Tibalt the Fiend-Blooded, which is essentially our wildcard Tibalt, the +1, who knows what'll happen with the random drawn discard. The good news about OG Tibalt is no one really pays much attention to it. It's so non-threatening that our opponents probably aren't going to spend resources to kill it, so who knows, maybe we damage them, maybe we get to the ultimate and insurrect their creatures and kill our opponent with their own stuff. Backing up Tibalt the Fiend-Blooded, we have Tibalt Rishek Instigator, our uncommon Tibalt that makes a bunch of devils. Some matchups life gain hate is relevant. Then we have Tibalt number 3 for Tibalt Tron, which is technically Velki got allies, but really, we're trying to get the Tibalt side on the battlefield. And one of the challenges of this deck is Tibalt Fiend-Blooded, 2 mana, Tibalt Rishek Instigator, 3 mana, Tibalt Cosmic Imposter, 7 mana, and one of our biggest goals is to get all 3 on the battlefield at once, so obviously we can't just try to get to 7 mana, that's going to take way too long. So we got some sneaky tricks. It is specifically Release to the Wind. Release to the Wind exiles an on-land, and then whoever owns it can cast it without paying its mana cost, so in theory, we can Velki on turn 2, Release to the Wind's turn 3, cast the Tibalt half, and get our 7 mana Planeswalker on the battlefield super quick to assemble Tibalt Tron. Otherwise, Snapcaster, Luris, Kolaghan's Command are mostly trying to make Tibalt the Fiend-Blooded a little bit better since it's going to be randomly discarding our stuff. We want ways to get it back from the graveyard. Then we have some removal and discard to protect our Tibalts. Mana base wise, fetch land, shock lands, some other dual lands and basics. In the sideboard, we have some counters. We got a bunch of removals, some combo hate, and that is Tibalt Tribal for Modern. That's our Against Odds for this week. So let's jump into some games. See if Tibalt is the new tier 0 in the Modern format. Is it finally time for Tibalt to rule the day? Well, let's find out. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the gameplay, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap up. Alright, Against the Odds time. We are playing the best Planeswalker Tribal deck we've ever played. By far. Tibalt Tribal in Modern. And this hand is actually, we only have one Tibalt, but this is kind of our nut draw. We get to Thoughtseize into Velki into Release to the Winds. Velki, get a Tibalt. And the Thoughtseize gives us hopefully protection from removal or whatever. Oh my god. Alright. Well, I guess we take the Shrieking Affliction. Okay, just kidding. We're up against 8-Rack. There's no way. Well, the good news is if we can stick a Planeswalker, it could go all the way. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, we had a plan, but our opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4 answers to it. So there's no way a single Thoughtseize is going to save our day here. Opponent takes the Release to the Wind. Sure. Well, we will play Creeping Tar Pit. Go. Not even going to bother to cast Velki because it's just going to die to Fatal Pushes. At this point, we're better off holding on to it, and oh boy, opponent draws land number 2 off the top, right on time. Wrenches Mines. Well, discard, about it. passes. Fatal Push, not gonna do much. Pass the turn. Oh, we needed our opponent not to draw that second land. That second land, especially being Castle Lockwain, not ideal. Opponent. Well, come on, Tibalts. Come on, Tibalts, quickly, please. Mountain Go. Can't really attack with this tar pit because we know our opponent has a handful of fatal pushes. Opponent makes us discard. Sure. I mean, our mana's good enough that if we ever find a Tibalt, we can cast it. And we do have a lot of Tibalts in our deck. Inquisition, that's a whiff. Yup. All right. Well, here we go. 1, 2. Well, we got a plan. I don't know how this Tibalt wins us the game, but Tibalt, loot with Tibalt, discard a Tibalt. We're going to hold on to the land still for discarding purposes. Okay, well, we found a Tibalt. Tibalt 1, achieve. Opponent, passing. Well, loot with Tibalt. Play the land, pass the turn. I guess we do want to try to get up enough mana that if we can eventually get a Valky, get enough mana that if we draw a Valky, we can Tibalt it. That's probably our easiest way to win. Opponent, thought seizes, takes a Valky. Well, I don't even think we thin the deck. Let's just pass. Serum Visions, put on top, loot with Tibalt, pass the turn. All right, go. Tibalt Fiend Blooded, opponent thought seizes. Yeah, well, we will hit ya for 5, play a Tibalt, make Devil. I mean, if our opponent does nothing for long enough, this could work. Opponent passes. 1 Valky, 2 Valky, 3 Valky. 4. All of our Valkyes are gone? All right, well, we might as well start discarding lands then. Ooh. That's an interesting draw. Go to combat, attack our opponent. Opponent kills the devil, gets pinged. Well, we will 1, 2, 3, Luris, Valky, get a little peek at our opponent's hand. Smallpox, 2 Lilianas, 2 Fatal Pushes. All right, so opponent has all the removal. Well, make a devil. Pass the turn. Opponent does need to draw something, though. Like, they need to at least get a Liliana down. Fatal Push on Valky. Okay. All right, opponent's got a rack, so they can actually start dealing damage to us. And opponent comes it up! All right, that was the jankiest of the Tibalt wins. We couldn't get the last Tibalt because our opponent had too much discard, but that actually kind of worked. All right, what do we want against 8 rack? Well, go down some fatal pushes. Go up some force of negations, I think. Do we want any fatal pushes? I don't even know if we want any. The discard also feels medium. All right, let's keep 2 fatal pushes. I mean, we can always discard them to a Tibalt. Keep 2 fatal pushes. Go down some discard. Go up Nile spell bombs, which at least gives us a way to draw at instant speed. And they could have Raven's Crime or something. Well, okay. Go Tibbs. It's up to you, buddy. Wow, opponent chose to play last? Interesting. Well, Steam Vents. Untapped, and a Serum Visions. Put on top. I guess we keep them both. They both answer racks at least, or Planeswalkers. Opponent, Swamp, and we got a discard spell. Yeah, Inquisition. Well, I assume our opponent takes Tibalt. Yeah, Tibalt down. Opponent passes. Well, let's Serum Visions. Draw Dreadbore. Bottom. Polluted Delta, go. Opponent, Castle Lockwain, and Thought Seizes, takes Dreadbore, and Thought Seizes, takes Force and Negation. Alright, so we got nothing. Yes, it's gonna be tough. Take a Blood Crypt. I think we got pretty lucky to win game 1 with our opponent not drawing land number 3. Well, alright, there's Tibalt. Loot with Tibalt. Polluted Delta, go. Opponent, another Castle Lockwain. Oh, come on now, opponent. Pithy Needle on Tibalt, that's no fun. I mean, I guess, on the other hand, we got our opponent to spend a Pithy Needle on Tibalt, so maybe it's actually a win in a weird way. I'm a little concerned about our opponent having these Castle Lockwains, and us not. Bloodstained Mire, keep thinning the deck past the turn. Opponent. Ashiok. Alright, well, crack this. Get a Watery Grave. I mean, Ashiok, I don't think is very good against us. Yeah, might as well Inquisition. Take a Liliana. I don't know if we can beat either of those, honestly. Pass the turn. Opponent. Inquisition, that's a whiff. Opponent's gonna be able to get a rack going, though. Boy, look at all those lands exiled. We have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of lands. Well, we should be done with the land part of the game. We only have like 3 or 4 left in our deck, I think. Force of Negation. Well, pass the turn. Problem is our opponent's going to get to start drawing with Castle Lockwain, which is not ideal. Wrench Mind. Well, I guess we might as well counter that. Opponent. Ashiox again. Alright, that's a Tibalt that does things. A Tibalt that has not been pithing needled yet. Make a devil. I think we got to keep holding on to the lands so we don't just get immediately racked to death. Opponent draws a Liliana, takes it up. All right. Yeah. Well, come on. Kolaghan's Command, please. Nile Spellbomb. Well, play Nile Spellbomb. Make a devil. Go to combat. Hit Liliana. Play a land. Pass the turn. Ooh, this rack damage is adding up. We gotta hit this Kolaghan's Command, and we gotta hit it soon. About it. Takes up Liliana. Discards a Wrench Mine. Well, sack this. Draw a card. All right. A little short on lands, but we're down to 9. Tibalt. Well, 1, 2, 3. Tibalt. Keep the new one. Take it down. Valky. 7 mana's a lot. Run out of Valky. Kill. Well, hit Liliana. So the issue we're having here is we got to be able to kill this rack, which means we really need to draw one of our Kolaghan's commands. Actually, I guess we should look. We have both left in our deck, so we really need to draw Kolaghan's command like in the next turn or two, or we're going to be dead. I mean, we kind of have 3 Tibalts. Unfortunately, this one is on the wrong side. Imposter Tibalt. Well, we take 3. Snapcaster, not super helpful. Well, let's make a devil. Go to combat. Attack. Liliana, 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 and Ashiok. All right, Planeswalker's down. Wow, we gotta draw this Kolaghan's command, though. Opponent gets to start drawing extra cards. We gotta draw this Kolaghan's command, and we gotta draw it like this turn, or we're just gonna get racked about it. Does this count as Tibaltron, or do we actually, we need a release to the winds. Release to the winds would also be interesting. I mean, our opponent could draw under removal, but opponent, swamp, and kills a devil, gets pinged. Okay, Mutavault. Do we take 2, or do we Snapcaster to chump? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I guess this does save us damage. Snapcaster, block the Mutavault. Well, come on, Kolaghan's command this turn, please. That's what we need. Down to 3. Well, go to combat. Attack our opponent. Down to 7. We might have one more turn to find it. Opponent. We're going to 1 for sure. There's a Murderous Rider. Opponent. Passing. Come on, deck. Kolaghan's command. Snapcaster for no value. So you attack. Yeah. Wow. Jeez, that was close. We needed the Kolaghan's command, could not find the Kolaghan's command. Alright, run it back. Well, we played a lot of Tibalts. Those Tibalts have proven to be medium in terms of how effective they are at actually killing our 8-rack opponent. But we have drawn a lot of them. Well, now we got the Kolaghan's command in hand to get it discarded, which is awkward. Well, alright. I think we gotta start with Serum Visions to hit our land drop. So Bloodstained Mire, crack it. Watery Grave, untapped, and a Serum Visions. Probably bottom for now. Pass the turn. Opponent, Swamp, and Thoughtseize. Takes a Inquisition. Bloodstained Mire, go. Opponent, Swamp, Raven's Crime. We'll discard Fatal Push, and Raven's Crime. We'll discard Release to win. Well, crack this. Get a Steam Vents tapped. Untap. Well, Steam Vents. Untapped. Snapcaster. For Serum Vision. Alright, cast Serum Vision. Well, bottom and top, I guess. Pass the turn. Well, we'll see what our opponent has. Untaps. Urborg. And Ashiok. Exile some cards. And we lose 2 Tibalts, 2 Serum Visions. That's kind of annoying. Well, let's Serum Visions. What one do we want first? Probably Valky. Let's put Spellbomb on top, Valky on top. Play a Swamp. Go to combat. Hit Ashiok. Kolaghan's command. Discard 2 damage. And pass the turn. Alright, go 2 1s. You can do it. Vote it. Mutavault. Well, that makes a 2-1 plan harder. And a Delirium Skynes. Alright, so both players empty-handed. Well, go to combat. Attack ya. Play a Valky. Yeah, it seems tough to get to 7 mana in this matchup. Opponent draws a rack. That's a great draw. That's probably our opponent's best draw. Okay. Mutavault goes attacking. Well, we will kill the Mutavault. Oh, that is not what we want our opponent to draw. We take 3. Nile Spellbomb. Go to combat, hit ya. Well, Nile Spellbomb can draw us a card. We do have another Kolaghan's command, which is probably our best draw. And we gotta hope our opponent just starts drawing dead discard spells. That would be the best for us. 3 mana Tibalt would be decent. 2 mana Tibalt does not do much to refill our hand, which is not ideal. About it. Down to 14. Well, can we race a rack or find our second Colgan's command to answer it. Opponent. Oh my goodness. Alright, well that is also not what we wanted our opponent to draw. Well, Nile Spellbomb. Draw a card. Take a lot. Well, we will Snapcaster Mage for Serum Vision. Serum Visions, draw a card. Bottom top. Go to combat. Attack. Well, we need our opponent to fizzle a little bit. They need to not hit discard now. Hit ya. Oh, boy. Man, we had our opponent empty-handed, too. Like, our opponent was empty-handed, and they top decked 2 racks in a row, which is exactly what they needed to top deck and what we needed them not to top deck. Opponent. Passing. Hitting us. Yeah. We go to 5. We'll play this Nile Spellbomb. Go to combat. Attack you. Pass the turn. This is not the most Tibalty win if we get there. What does our opponent find? Shrieking Affliction. Okay. And passes. Well, Nile Spellbomb. Draw a card. Untap. Take 0. Go to combat. Attack you. Down to 4. Nile Spellbomb. Pass the turn. Opponent. Inquisition, sure. Take Velky. And passing. Well, Nile Spellbomb. Draw a card. These Nile Spellbombs have been actually pretty good. Untap. Take 0. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent. Oh! Alright, well... Game 1 was a pretty good Tibalt win. This game was just us struggling to keep anything on the battlefield, essentially. And we ended up winning with our Snapcasters. Man, we had the full combo in Game 1, too, with release to the wins on Velky to get big Tibalt. But, I mean, Game 1 was definitely still a Tibalt win. Like, that was Tibalt ultimating, or not ultimating, I guess. The ultimate's bad in this matchup because our opponent doesn't have creatures. But Tibalt dealing damage and 3-mana Tibalt making devils. Yeah, that was interesting. Alright, against the odds time, we are Tibalt tribaling. Playing the best Planeswalker tribal deck of all time. Of course. Getting ready to discard some cards at random. Yeah, I mean, we'll keep this. We got a Tibalt. We got a Serum Visions. And if we find Velky... Is this our opponent's turn? Yes, okay. If we find Velky, we got the release to the wins. Verdant Catacombs. I guess we need to Steam Vents Serum Vision so we can play Tibalt next turn. Oh boy, that's Tibalt's for days. Well, probably don't need another one of these, but we'll keep a Rishik Instigator. Go. Oh man, we have so many lands in hand. Hopefully Tibalt Feed-Blooded discards are bad, but not our good ones. That's always the risk with Tibalt. Opponent, are you junding our Tibalts? Opponent, come on now. Yeah, opponent's definitely junding our Tibalts. Tarmogoyf. Well, yes, we can't play a Tibalt. Okay, so... Well, I guess we Polluted Delta, crack it for a Swamp. Also gonna probably grow the Goyf. Thoughtseize. Well, we'll take Bloodbraid. Yeah, well, we gotta draw an answer to the Tarmogoyf, and then we got a shot, because our opponent doesn't have much left. I guess we can use Tibalt as a way to gain some life. There's Fatal Push. Alright, so we will Fatal Push Goyf. Bloodstained Mire. Crack it. Oh, Tibalt. Alright, please discard a land. Please. Tibalt doesn't listen, though. Tibalt's got a mind of his own. Well, we know there's an Abrupt Decay to kill. Please just discard a land, Tibalt. Okay, discarded a land. That's fine. Pass the turn. Would you like to Abrupt Decay our Tibalt opponent? Is it worth it? Oh my god, they're doing it. Yeah, okay. Well, Tibalt down. About it. Boy, if we can find Velky, we even have the release to the wins. I guess there's still a Fatal Push. About it. Nurturing Peatland. And passes. Well, we will play the Eyelid. Yeah, let's play Tibalt. Tibalt 2. Make a devil. Go. Opponent. Gonna draw a card. Sure. Untaps. Aw. Thoughtseizes. Okay. Takes the release to the win. Alright. Well, Velky against the Fatal Push. Unlikely to work anyway. Boot. Oh dear. Renin 6. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Gets back a land. Plays it. Well, Tibalt. Make a devil. Tibalt again. Keep the new one. Make a devil. Polluted Delta. Well, step 1 is try to kill this Renin 6. Hit Renin 6. We gotta get rid of it, because if we don't, it's gonna start drawing so many extra cards that we're not gonna be able to keep up. About it. Peatland. Cracks it. Gets it back. Yeah, gotta get rid of this Renin 6 as quickly as possible. Gets back the card draw land. About it. Passing. We draw. Velky. Well, make a devil. Go to combat. Everything at Renin 6. Well, pass the turn. Gonna hold on to this Valky. We're 2 lands away from casting the Tibalt side, and the Tibalt side seems like the side that would be super helpful. The downside is our opponent's got 6 cards, and they're drawing 2 a turn at the moment, so the downside is our opponent could definitely hit a Thoughtseize or Inquisition. Opponent draws an extra card. I mean, we do got a lot of Devils. We went all the way through 2 Tibalts. I mean, I guess the other possibility is if our opponent ever taps out, we could potentially draw Release to the Winds. Yeah, 7 cards in hand. What do you got, opponent? Opponent's passing. Kolaghan's Command's kind of sweet. Go to combat. Ren and 6, Ren and 6. Opponent. Alright, pass the turn. Well, we got through Ren and 6 part 1. That's something. Opponent taps 8 cards in hand. Oh, come on, lands. Lands for Cosmic Imposter. 2 more. I guess Release to the Winds to reset this Tibalt would be decent too. Lurus would be interesting. Opponent plays a land, passes. We draw Dreadbore. Well, I mean, that could be good in the future. Go to combat, hit ya. Opponent. Are they gonna start killing devils? Alright. Kills a devil, gets back a Bloodbraid. Well, ping ya. Pass the turn. Opponent. Untaps. Well, we'll see what the Bloodbraid spins into. Vern Catacombs. Cracks it. Forest. And. Alright, here it comes. Bloodbraid. Spins the wheel into a Tarmogoyf. Yeah. And. Opponent. So I think we're going to Kolaghan's Command the Bloodbraid and, well, opponent's gonna attack us. We are at 11. That's not the highest life total. Well, let's crack this. Get a Blood Crypt. Tapped. Fatal Push Bloodbraid. Opponent. Passes. Tar Pit's not bad. Well, we will Dreadbore Tarmogoyf. Tar Pit. Devil you. Down to 7. Don't tell our opponent. We're 1 land away from casting the big Tibalt. We're getting close. Opponent. Alright, Fatal Pushes a devil. Gets ping. Well, yeah. Pass the turn. See what our opponent can do. We are fighting the good fight somehow. Opponent taps. Renin 6, okay. Pings a devil. Ping our opponent. Down to 6. Pete Lat. Oh, sacks it to draw a card. Man, if our opponent taps out, we can actually kill him. With Devils, Creeping Tarpit, and Kolaghan's Command. Opponent passing. Well, Kolaghan's Command. 2 damage, you discard. Opponent pitches a land down to 4. Snapcaster Mage. Well, go to combat. Attack our opponent. Opponent takes it down to 3. Alright, pass the turn. This is so close. Opponent untaps. The funny thing is this devil, the damage it deals when it dies is actually super relevant. Opponent's gonna get back the Pete land. Because we can Snapcaster, Kolaghan's Command to put our opponent to 1, and that puts our opponent in a position where if they don't block the devil, they die. If they kill the devil, they die. If they block the devil, they die. So maybe Tibalt, 3-mana Tibalt tokens are just busted about it. Wow, poor John. Poor John. Poor John. They played Red and 6. They played Tarmogoyf. We played some Tibalts and they had no chance. All right. Well, yeah, that was good. I still don't really imagine that this is a good matchup for us, but we'll take it. We'll take it. Boy, it's not easy to. It is not easy to get 7-mana Tibalt on the battlefield in a lot of matchups. This is another just removal heavy deck. So no, maybe, no, probably not. Force Negation could be okay. Maybe we go to like an Inquisition, a Thoughtseize for 2 Force Negations. Is that even worth it? Force Negation doesn't even feel very good here. Maybe we just keep the discard spells. All right. I guess we don't have much for Jund. Run it back. Well, but we don't need much for Jund because we have Tibalt. So why do we need any more than that? That's apparently the secret. And just play a bunch of Tibalts and Jund, they're drawn dead. I mean, we probably get a little lucky that our opponent did draw a lot of lands, although they were drawing them with Ren and 6. Oh, Tibalt. Someday you still want to get all 3 Tibalts on the battlefield. So far, it's been easy to play these 2. This one, we've had all 3 if you count the Valky side, but I don't think we do. Cosmic Imposter is the one that's tough. That's the challenging one. That's the one where we really need the Release to Wins combo. The problem is, in removal heavy matchups, it is not easy to get that combo to actually work. Wow, Tibalts for days. All right, we'll keep this. I mean, we got Tibalts about it. Unfortunately, we got a lot of good things to discard to this Tibalt. Oh, all right, take Fiend-Blooded, opponent. Take Fiend-Blooded, please. I don't want to make us discard our good cards. They might just take Inquisition or maybe Serve Visions. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they're afraid of OG Tibalt. I mean, at random can be anything. You never know. It's like a morph. You got to deal with it because who knows? We could draw and discard into our best things about it. It's even the same CMC as Willbender. And you know it's always a Willbender. Opponent's really tanking. I didn't realize that Tibalt Tribal would put our agenda opponent into such tough Thoughtseize decisions. All right, takes the Serum Visions, sure. Well, Blood Crypt, untapped. Inquisition you. Well, we're definitely taking Ren and 6. Wow. The coast is currently clear for Tibalts to go off. Terminate is not going to kill Tibalt. Opponent Vern Catacombs. Oh no, they drew a threat. Ugh, that makes it a lot harder. Forest. Ugh, there's a Goyf. Well, I guess that means we aren't casting Tibalt. Watery Grave tapped. Yeah, that makes things... Apparently Tibalts can't beat a Goyf. Like, we play it, but it just dies. We play it, we uptake it, and it dies. That does not feel very appealing. We need to find, like, a Fatal Push, I guess. Stomping Grounds. Tapped. About it. Goes attacking. Hits us. I mean, I guess we can play this and try to loot Fora. Oh, are we doing that? What is our plan here? All right, let's play Thoughtseize. Oh, they have multiple removal spells. We'll take Abrupt Decay, Cascade Bluffs, send Tibalt 1 to its Goyfy demise. I mean, this does let us draw to try to find a... Well, okay. To discard a land and draw another Thoughtseize. We need a Fatal Push. We need to find a Fatal Push. That's what this is about. Because we know our opponent's going to start drawing Blood Braids and so forth eventually. Opponent, Bloodstained Mire, goes to combat. Do they even care about the Tibalt? Valky would be interesting. All right, opponent's just going to hit our face. Probably a wise choice. Not a 9. Well, we will loot with Tibalt. Discard release to the winds, draw even more Tibalt. So I'll play a Tibalt. Make a Devil. Man, even if we ultimate this, it only insurrections. It gains control of them until end of turn. You have to play a 2 loyalty Planeswalker, uptick it 4 times, wait another turn, and then you get to steal a Goyf for a single turn. That is not a lot of value. Boom. 16. It should be able to, like, steal them permanently. Or steal them, like, you know how it should be worded? It should be worded, gain control of creatures your opponents, of all creatures or creatures your opponents control for as long as you control a Tibalt. That would be a sweet ultimate. But just Insurrection does not feel like enough in this matchup. Opponent, are you going to kill our Planeswalkers? I mean, we can 2-ya. This is a shock. Onboard shock to the face. Only if you don't play more cards. I do kind of wish Planeswalkers referenced other versions of themselves more. Just for Planeswalker tribal purposes. Opponent, making tough decisions. Gets in after the Tibalt that can make blockers. Probably a wise choice. Follow-up, Overgrowth 2. Gotta stay below the Fiend-Blooded range. Well, we will play a Tibalt. Play the land. This is actually a pretty good time to loot because we don't actually really want either of these. Make a Devil. Pass the turn. Still have not found a way to kill this Goyf, which is awkward. Opponent on tap. Classic Modern taking place. Oh, opponent has a Lightning Bolt. Yeah. I mean, Jund does play a lot of removal. Ping your face. Still could use that Fatal Push. Opponent, are you killing more Tibalts? Going face. Yeah. Well, down to 5. Opponent passes. Tar Pit. Well, I guess we... 1, 2, 3. Discard damage. Opponent. Oh, alright. Not great. Drew a lot of bolts. I'll play the Tar Pit. Loot with Tibalt. Fatal Push, please. Please discard this Tibalt. All right, more cold commands. Well, pass the turn. Are you ready for the most ferocious ultimate of all the Planeswalkers? Did they draw lethal? Oh, they drew Bloodbraid. All right, yeah. Oh, boo! Boo, boo, boo. All right, yeah. Well, run it back. Oh, we activated so many Tibalts. We activated so many Tibalts and they did so little. Oh boy. Oh, Tibalt Tribal. I mean, we had this Tibalt going. Oh man, it's so funny. We had this Tibalt going literally all game. Our opponent could have killed it multiple times, and they just ignored it the entire time because they didn't care about the +1. They didn't care about the -4, and they didn't care about the ultimate. We rushed the ultimate with the Planeswalker, and our opponent's just like ignoring it. Oh, Tibalt might be like one of the only Planeswalkers They can rush ultimate and your opponent can just full on ignore. Like, what are you gonna do? Take my Goy for a turn? Like, sure. Like, keep randomly looting away your hand. I mean, we probably weren't going to win anyway because we didn't draw a Fatal Push for the Goyf, but, well, we'll see. I mean, if we can ever get a Tibalt Cosmic Imposter, like, that is a card that should be able to put away the game pretty easily. It's not easy to do that in these removal-heavy matchups. Someday I just want to live the dream of, like, turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Valky, turn 3 Release the Wind. But that also requires our opponent not having, like, multiple removal spells or whatever. Alright, well, we get to play first. Well, okay, we'll keep this. I mean, Thoughtseize into Valky could work. Well, Swamp and Thoughtseize you. Wow, opponent's also sort of in danger of timing out, which is impressive. Thoughtseize, Plague Engineer, Abrupt Decay. So I think we take Abrupt Decay. Let our opponent Thoughtseize us, and then we can Valky the Plague Engineer. Blackcleave Thoughtseize. Opponent takes a Valky. Well, play a Mountain and a Valky. Take the Plague Engineer. Pass the turn. This happens, what? As it enters the battlefield, so turning into a Plague Engineer doesn't do too much. Well, come on, Release to the Winds. This is our chance. If we can top deck Release to the Winds, we can actually pull off our... Oh, please tell me this wasn't a Ren and 6. Okay, an Ooze. All right. Release to the Winds. Tibalt. Well, I think we play an Island. We play a Serum Visions. Digging for Release to the Winds. Well, Thoughtseize bottom. Luris top. Actually, do we even want Luris, or do we just straight up go for Release to the Winds? Yeah, I guess we don't want Luris. Our opponent has Ooze anyway. All right, well, yeah, pass the turn. Come on, Magic Gods. Come on, Magic Gods. You can do it. Show us that Release to the Winds. I know you can do it. Oh, come on. Come on. No removal. Release to the Winds off the top. Let us finally see Tibalt Cosmic Imposter. Opponent going to Ooze a Valky. Sure. And Raging Ravine. Well, all right, deck. We scryed 2 non-release to the Wind cards to the bottom. 4 and 48. Opponent hits us. Down to 15. I guess our opponent also has 1 unknown card. No blocks. Well, Bloodstained Mire, Cracket, Mountain, Tibalt, Loot. Oh! That is the most Tibalt-y thing to happen. Oh my god. Okay. So we had Release to the Winds on top of our deck. We drew it with Tibalt, had a 66.7% chance of keeping it, and instead keep an extra Tibalt that we can't cast in a Watery Grave. Oh, Tibalt. Tibalt. Oh boy, that is classic Tibalt. Classic Tibalt right there. Tibalt reminds me of that Always Sunny episode where Charlie's the wild card and just always does the most absurd things that do not actually help anyone. Tibalt's kind of like that. Oh no. All right, opponent discards a bunch of lands, kills a Valky, gets a Plague Engineer. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Verdant Catacombs. Opponent. Wow, actually gonna kill the Tibalt. Now we're gonna need to draw some removal, I guess. Wow, we were so close to living the dream. Opponent passes. Well, play a Tibalt. Loot with Tibalt. Oh, come on now, Tibalt. Oh my goodness. Wild card. Beep. Oh no, twice in a row. Well, that was another 66.7%er. Fatal Push was exactly what we needed to draw to kill this Scavenging Ooze. Why, Tibalt? Why? The highlights of this against odds might be OG Tibalt just like wildcarding us. Yep, opponent fires up Raging Ravine twice in a row. Oh, and now our judge opponent's gonna win with 3 minutes on the clock because Tibalt's wildcarding us. Hey, Bloodstained Mire. Boom. All right, Tibalt. We got 75% chance of keeping. Okay, this time it actually kept a card, but unfortunately, opponent has 2 lethal threats, so we needed Tibalt to do other things. Well, classic Tibalt. It's a wild card. All right. Against the odds time, we are Tibalt tribaling in Modern, and we got a couple Tibalts. We could use the Release to the Winds for the Valky. Opponent. All right. Ether Vial. Interesting. Opponent. Oh, there's Resistance too. Okay, so Polluted Delta. Crack it. Watery Grave. Untapped. Inquisition you. Take, I guess, Spell Queller. Pass the turn. Oh man, we actually have a shot this time of getting Tibalt Cosmic Imposter on the battlefield. Opponent takes up. Cavern on Spirit. Supreme Phantom. Opponent passes. Well, Bloodstained Mire. Crack it. Mount it. Valky. Snag one of the Drog Skull Captains. Pass the turn. Well, this is still a little scary. Opponent's gonna have a bunch of Spirit Lords, and the hexproof on this Drog Skull Captain's a problem. It means we need to find a fetch land to kill it, and we just cashed in our fetch lands. Opponent. Land untapped. Drog Skull Captain. Goes to combat. Attacks. Hits us. Yeah. Down to 40. Colgan's Command. Not super helpful. Well, we will circumvent. Bottom. Oh, Creeping Tar Pit. Oh, that's not good past the turn. Yeah, the second Drog Skull Captain might do us in here. Opponent, picking up the vial. Goes to combat, hits us. Oh, now our opponent could have removal. Down to 9. And also, if we do release to the wind, so we give our opponent back this Drog Skull Captain, and then they can Spirit Lock us. I think we gotta go for it, though. 1, 2, 3. I mean, please no counters. Release to the wind. Cast Tibalt. Play the land untapped. Get rid of Drog Skull Cap. Pass the turn. Okay, Tibalt won. Does our opponent have something to violin? Yes. What is it? Shacklegeist. Well, we will Fatal Push Shacklegeist. Untap. I mean, hopefully this keeps Tibalt alive, so we can start drawing cards and maybe find more answers. Opponent. I mean, that was a good Tibalt turn. Opponent. Not a Lord. Not another one. How many Lords can you draw? Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. All right, yeah. Well, that is not likely to happen. Opponent drew 3 of those in a row, with a Shacklegeist in between. Boy, we actually had a chance with the Tibalts there, but, yeah, that is tough for our deck to overcome. That is not great. Well, we'll go up some sweepers. We'll go down the Luris. We'll go down one Colgan's Command and a Thoughtseize. Read it like that. Oh, we actually had a chance. Wow, that was some crazy Drog Skull Captaining drawing for our opponent. All right, we get to play first. Well, okay, we got a Tibalt. And some Surf Visions. Well, play a land and Surf Vision. Put on top. We do need the black mana for the Fatal Push. Oh boy. All right, Tibalt. Be good, Tibalt. Be good, buddy. You can do it. Seagram Ghost and Ether Vial, of course. Well, all right, Tibalt. Please discard our bad cards and not our good ones. Tibalt. Loot. Please not our Fatal Push. We need the Fatal Push. Also would like the Colgan's Command. Lands and Surf Vision can go. Those are fine. I guess the other Tibalt we're about to draw could also go. These are the 2 that we need to keep. Those are the 2 I'm going to be sad. All right. So we lose a Tibalt, which flavorfully is a little bit disappointing, but we got to keep our removal, which is most important at the moment. About it. Seachrome Ghost. And passing. I would like to kill this Ether Vial. Well, all right, Tibalt. Let's play Polluted Delta. Oh boy. Every time you got a plus a Tibalt, it's so frightening. All right, we lose the Inquisition, which is fine. Pass the turn. So we're hoping our opponent vials something in, really. All right, so opponent vials. We will crack this. Get a Swamp. Colgan's Command. I think we got to do it now because they're probably putting a counter spell creature into play. So discard and blow up vial. I mean, the 1-drop is typically Mausoleum Wanderer, so if we wait, then this is going to get countered. We would like our opponent to have to actually play their creatures fairly, rather than just cheating them into play. All right. Discards a Rattle Chains. Loses a Vial. Or maybe they got us with a Pump Fake. That's also possible. All right. Spectral Sailor. Oh, we could have waited. All right. Spectral Sailor. And even more Rattle Chains. Opponent. Tibalt looting us into a sweeper be nice. Looting us into it and not discarding it. You gotta be specific with Tibalt, because Tibalt doesn't always make those connections. Vote it. Do they care about Tibalt? We're about to find out. Looks like yes. Tibalt down to 1. Well, how do we do this? Play a Valky. Opponent has a Spell Queller. Yeah. Well, Serum Visions. Bottom. Watery Grave untapped. Fatal Push Rattle Chains. You can't play Tibalt Tribal and not tick up. I'm very scared we're going to discard. We discard a Snapcaster, which Snapcaster also would have been good, but all right, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Yeah, Snapcaster would have been helpful, but we got to keep our Fatal Push. If we can kill the Spell Queller somehow, we get back the Valky. Opponent Are we killing Tibalt? Yes. Opponent actually has a respective Tibalt Fiend-Blooded opponent. Selfless Spirit passes. Well, kill the Selfless Spirit. Opponent sacks. Well, play a Tar Pit. Damnation? Damnation would be good. Anger the Gods would be good. We need something and we need it soon. Opponent, more Spectral Sailors. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. You can do it. Yeah, I do kind of wish we hadn't discarded that Snapcaster. That would have been helpful. Opponent, especially now that we just keep drawing lands. Opponent. Oh, not the Lord. Yeah. All right. Well, we have 1 Damnation, 2 Anger of the Gods. We got a top deck at this turn. Oh, come on, Magic Gods. Come on, Velky. You can do it. Blood Crypt. Yeah. Well, not this time, Tibalt. All right. Against the odds time. We are Tibalt Tribaling in Modern, and we shall see. How much will our Tibalts screw us over? That's always the question. Well, Abash. I mean, so opponents probably either Gruul or Mono Red. I guess this hand's fine. We got removal. We don't have any Tibalts, but we got removal. We got some Thought Seizes. Seems reasonable enough. We got the release to the wins. I mean, if it's Mono Red, I don't know what the odds are of us having a Velky stick long enough to do it, but no, we'll keep. So opponent's playing an odd deck, literally. All right, Mono Red, opponent, Mountain, and passing. Ooh, interesting. Well, there's a Velky. Boy, Thought Seize is pretty painful, isn't it? Probably gotta do it though. Yeah, we will. Watery Grave, untapped. Thought Seize are way down to 16. Oh, 8 rack, or 8 whack. Well, we will take, I guess it's gotta be Reckless Bushwhacker. All right, take the Bushwhacker past the turn. So opponent has 11 points of burn in hand. This does mean that they don't have a Goblin Bushwhacker. Oh wait, no, they can, because Kicker, yeah. Interesting. I had not considered the possibility of Abashing in 8 whack, but it actually seems like it can work. You get both of the whacks. You lose out on like Burning Tree Emissary effects, but opponent plays a land and passes. Now let's, Certain Visions. Do we want more lands? Bottom, yeah, I guess bottom. Yeah, bottom. Play an island, go. Opponent untaps. I mean, so we're probably just gonna run out Velky and see. Maybe our opponent doesn't realize that Release to the Winds is a possibility. Well, play Polluted Delta, run out Velky. I mean, worst case, we can Kolaghan's Command it back. All right, so opponent does immediately bolt it, but that is a bolt that's not going at our face. Barge in. Okay. Opponent's playing some cards I haven't really seen people play in 8 whack before. Opponent draws a land and passing. Well, we will crack this. Get a blood tap. Untap. Well, pass the turn. Don't have the second red for this Tibalt yet. And I guess we don't actually really want to discard our hand that much. So I think we're just going to, most likely, Kolaghan's Command back Velky. About it. Passing. Well, yeah. Kolaghan's Command. Get back Velky. Make our opponent discard. Opponent discards. Wow, devastating summons. Okay. Well, we untap. Play an island. And, yeah, I guess we pass. I mean, we're getting close to the point where we can Velky. We need one more land that we can Velky Release to the Winds in the same turn. And that's a way we can potentially get around this Lightning Bolt. And this also lets us leave up Fatal Pushes. I'm surprised our opponent's not putting Abash in hand. Like, they're not doing anything else. Why not? They might have forgotten that they have a companion, Signal Pest. Sure. And opponent passing. Well, let's Fatal Push it. Come on, land. Land for Velky, not Creeping Tar Pit. Ooh. Yeah, Blood Crypt. Untapped. We're gonna go for it. Velky, get a peek. See if they try to bolt. All right, please no third bolt. Release to the Wind. Come on, hold, Velky. Yes. Oh, that's so good. Fizzle the Lightning Bolt, get a peek. Summons Goblin Grenade, barge in. The only bad news is, if our opponent draws a whack this turn, I think we could die. Take up. Oh, okay, we hit the Bushwhacker. Oh, praise the Magic Gods. All right, that would have probably killed us, because our opponent can make 2 4/4s, then they can Bushwhack, then they can barge in. That's, I think, lethal. Well, all right. I mean, as long as I don't draw a whack this turn, then we can start leaving up Fatal Push again, and we don't just die to devastating summons. So please not 2 Bushwhackers in a row on top of the deck. That would be devastating. Opponent. So like, devastating summons, sacks all your lands. 2/4. Bushwhacker makes them 5/5s with haste. Plus the Bushwhacker is 2. No! Did they actually top deck another whack? Oh my goodness. No. Not like, no way. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's game. Okay. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wow, that is... That is incredible. Okay. Yeah. Huh. Well, I don't know what to say about that, honestly. The odds of that happening are pretty slim. Pretty to very, they're very slim. But, yeah, that's Magic. The Magic gods do not seem to like Tibalt much. Even though they literally are a Magic god. Like, we're playing Valky. The Magic god should be on our side, but apparently it's probably because of, you know, the imposter thing or whatever. I could see Tibalt being the kind of character that would, you know, really piss off the Magic gods, so I guess it makes sense. That is unfortunate, though, considering our opponent already was down multiple Bushwhackers. Well, polluted Delta. Go. Opponent plays a mountain. Plays a signal pest. Well, we will take a Blood Crypt. Tapped. Opponent passes. Do we even play Vel? Probably not at this point. Well, it would give us a peak, but it makes our angers. Yeah, maybe it's worth it. Oh, but then we give back the card after Valky dies. All right, let's not. Let's just play an island. Pass the turn for now. I mean, we would like our opponent just to run out a couple things, and then we can anger them away. Force of Negation is pretty specifically for devastating summons. Another signal pest. About it. Passing. Well, that's probably good enough. Anger away the signal pest. Pass the turn. About it. Bonded Courier. Not gonna do much against this Tibalt Rishak Instigator, I don't think. Gets in. Exiles. Hopefully a land. About it. Well, 1, 2, 3. Tibalt. Make a devil. Watery Grave tapped. Pass the turn. I mean, we could also get up to 7 mana. We're up to 5 mana, so it doesn't seem 100% impossible that we could just hardcast this Valky as Tibalt. The 1 damage from these devils is proven to be pretty relevant in some matchups. About it. Combat. And, well, you're gonna stay frisky. Alright. I mean, we're pretty fine with this. We will just kill the Bonded Courier. Ping our opponent. And, opponent passes. Oh, we're so close. Well, make a devil. I mean, I think we go for it. Steam Vent's untapped. Valky. Get a peek. Does our opponent have a bolt? Alright. Well, release to the win. Valky. Yeah. Fizzle the bolt. Get a peek. Alright. Bunch of Bushwhackers. Well, cast Tibalt. Tick it up. Hitting one of our opponent's lands would be funny. They desperately need a land. Alright, Goblin God. Oh my goodness. Oh, we might get down Tibaltron. We might get down Tibaltron. It might finally be happening. Can we get all 3 on the battlefield at once? That is probably our biggest goal of this whole episode. If our opponent lightning bolts our Tibalt on 1, just to keep us from doing it, I'm going to be very sad. Very, very sad about it. Oh, come on. Let us get all 3 Tibalts. I don't even know if we should plus Fiend Blooded, honestly. All right, Bonded Courier and opponent goes attacking. Sure. All right, you know what? We got to block because I don't even know why they're attacking this. It doesn't do anything anymore, but we want all 3 Tibalts on the battlefield. Ping, yeah, please don't bolt. If they bolt this, I'm going to be so disappointed. It's not doing it. You're not gaining life. It's not doing it. It's unused alt loyalty. All right, Vexing Devil. Sure. You can keep it. We untap. We tick up Tibalt. We play a Tibalt. Come on, Tibaltron. Tibaltron assembled. We will Fatal Push the Vexing Devil. We got to do it. We got to. We don't want to discard this Dreadbore, but take up Ooh, Anger. Okay, I guess that kind of. I'll play a Goblin Guide. Definitely not attacking with it. Pass the turn. All 3 Tibalts. We did it. No, we are not attacking. All right. And then we could actually ultimate Big Tibalt if we want to. Hopefully we don't die here. I don't think our opponent has enough mana to kill us. They have a bunch of Bushwhackers, but without a board, they don't do that much. Like, even Devastating Summons isn't lethal. About it. Passing. Well, how do we do this? Well, let's keep ticking up. Take up Tibalt. Play a Goblin Guide. Play Bloodstained Mire. Inquisition. Take a Lightning. Well, we're going to stick to the plan. Loot. We would like to hold on to the Force Negation. All right, that's fine. Yeah, pass the turn. Still not attacking with these Goblin Guides. I think we're going to try to do the old Reverse Reno. Reverse Reno 8-whack style. We got a whack that is Tibalted. We actually might be able to, like, ultimate Tibalt, Bonded Courier, Vexing Devil, Bushwhacker. That actually might be a pretty reasonable plan. It finally did its thing. Opponent passing. Well, crack a Bloodstained Mire. Get a Blood Crypt tapped. Untap. Well, we got to do it. We got to. It's the rules. Take up Tibalt. Discard the Force of Negation. Ultimate Tibalt. Bonded Courier. Vexing Devil. Opponent. Takes 4. Lightning Bolt. Land. Bushwhacker. Alright, that's a Tibalt win. That is the Tibalt win. That is Tibaltron win. Combat. Here they come. Opponent. Yeah, we'll get some triggers. That is 100% our opponent's creatures, too. That is our opponent's deck turned against him. Goblin Guide on top. Yeah, exile, exile. We got a force if our opponent has removal. And, all right, there it is. There's the Tibaltron win. That is exactly it. And all of our Tibalts did things. The tokens were relevant for blocking. Tibalt's ultimate is what won us the game, and this Tibalt didn't screw us over too bad, so they all were at their peak. Oh god. Well, all right, we'll keep this. The dream is to get a devastating summons with Force Negation. That seems like a play that can win the game almost by itself. Yeah, we'll keep. Opponent also keeping. Mountain and Bonded Courier. Yeah. Well, gets and hits us. Sure. Opponent. More lands. Well, Bloodstained Mire. Go. I mean, removal into Rishak Instigator doesn't seem that bad. We'll see. See how fast of a start our opponent's off to. Hopefully there's not some Goblin Guides or whatever. Opponent. Bushwhacker. Alright. Yeah. So we're taking 4. We will crack Bloodstained Mire. Get a, I guess, Watery Grave tapped. Down to 14. Opponent. Passing. So Bloodstained Mire. Crack it for a Mountain. We are just gonna kill the Bonded Courier. Dread past the turn. Opponent untaps. Well, we got the Tibalt that can clog up the ground at least. And we have a bit of protection from, like, Goblin Grenades. Castle Ember. We really want to see the devastating summons. That's what we want to see the most. As our opponent just, like, go for it. Alright, more Bushwhackers. Yeah, down to 9. I mean, this is kind of killing us. Opponent hits us. Sure. Down to 9. Opponent passes. Well, Cascade and Tibalt make a devil. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Please no more Bushwhackers. Goes to combat. I mean, if our opponent attacks, we get to kill both of them with a single devil, which is good. Yeah, here they come. Tibalt. We will block. Okay, so they're going to kill Tibalt. I think we're fine with this. So Tibalt dies. Our opponent gets pinged. And Goblin Grenade. Well, unfortunately, I think we got to counter that. That's just too much damage. All right, Force of Negation. Opponent passes. We draw Tar Pit. Well, let's Serum Visions. Ooh. Well, put on top. Tibalt. We're gonna hold on to all the lands because we don't want to discard the Snapcaster. Tick up. Don't wildcard us. Okay. We discard Tar Pit. That's 5. Blood Crypt tapped. Pass the turn. Oh, this is close. Opponent. All right, kills a Tibalt. That's also fine. At least it's not going in our face. Opponent. Castle Embereth. Passes. I'll play a land. Valky. Get a peek at our opponent's last card. Oh my god, it's another bolt. Alright, well, pass the turn. Opponent. Goblin Guy. Lightning Bolts. Valky. Alright, yeah. Goes to combat. Attacks. Let's see what our top card is. Serum Visions. Yeah, I guess we'll keep it. Alright, down to 7. Untap. Oh, are we going to 6? Yeah, let's crack this. Thin the deck. Get a Island. Serum Visions. Oh. Okay. Well, put on top. Okay. Well, those are cards we did want to see. Pass the turn. Opponent. Taps. So we get to Fatal Push the Goblin Guide. Yeah. Opponent. I don't think our opponent remembers that they got Abash. Because they've had a lot of opportunities to put it in hand and have chosen not to. Pass the turn. Opponent. Goblin Guide. Well, Snapcaster for Fatal Push. Fatal Push the Goblin Guide. Well, I have forgotten my companion many times too, so that's not a knock on our opponent. I do the same thing. Also my commander. Well, get in, hit ya. The coast is clear. Release to the winds, Valky. Cast Tibalt. Take it up. Mountain. Go. Well, Fatal Push isn't bad. Geez, if we get to Ultimate, there's like 20 cards in the graveyards right now. About it. Bolts us down to 3. Well, I mean, that is a way we can die. Although our opponent has used most of their bolts. I'll take up Tibalt. Play Vexing Devil. Opponent. Oh, if they draw the 4th bolt here, I'm gonna be so sad. Yeah, play the land. No attacks, in case there's a haste creature. Because next turn we get to Ultimate, and Ultimate should win us the game. Alright, if they don't draw the bolt, come on now. Anything but Bolt 4 off the top. Bonded Courier. Sure. We can Fatal Push it. And will. Fatal Push. Bonded Courier. Crack Polluted Delta. Down to 2. Steam Vents. Okay. Tibalt's doing it. Well, Ultimate Tibalt, and we will cast a Goblin Guide, Bonded Courier, Bushwhacker. Oh, it worked. Bushwhacker. And then Vexing Devil. Go to combat. Oh, we should have Vexing Devil first, I guess. Attack. Triggers. All right, we did it. Oh, opponent's got a Bushwhacker on top, but on top is not enough. And then, just so we can say we did, barge it. Oh, well, that's how you Tibalt them. And we got to play a little bit of one of my favorite budget decks, and do a little bit of 8 whacking. Well, that was spectacular. Sweet. So what do we learn this week about Tibalt Tribal in Modern? And overall, we went 2-2 with Tibalt Tribal, which, I'll take it. I mean, we're playing Tibalts. We got to see, I guess, the good and the bad of Tibalt. We got the full Tibalt package. So we got to see new Tibalt Cosmic Impersonator, being insane. Like, that card is so good at closing out games. The release to the win combo, while you get blown up by removal sometimes, when it works, it is a good way to get Tibalt in the play on the cheap. So Tibalt Cosmic Impersonator, obviously good. Tibalt Rishak Instigator, that was probably the most surprising card. The most shocking part is how good the when your devil dies, it deals 1 damage trigger on the tokens was. That was actually super relevant in some of our matchups. Putting your opponent in really tough positions, making it so we could like shoot down multiple creatures, get a 2-for-1 out of it. So it was a lot better than I thought it was. And then Tibalt the Fiend-Blooded, it's a wild card. You never know what's going to happen. We had games where Tibalt was great, and it looted away lands and found us good stuff. We even got up to ultimating, although our opponent didn't really have anything to insurrection. We dealt some damage with a -4. So it does occasionally do sweet things. On the other hand, we also had games where we're like, okay, we really need a removal spell. We take up our Tibalt, we draw a removal spell, immediately discard it. And we had that happen multiple times too. So you just never know what's going to happen with Tibalt the Fiend-Blooded. So is Tibalt Tribal actually like super good and competitive? I'd say it's kind of in the middle of the pack as far as Planeswalker Tribal decks. There's basically one really good Tibalt, one okay uncommon Tibalt that's, I don't know, not as powerful as most Planeswalkers because you don't have an ultimate, you don't have any plus abilities, and then Tibalt the Fiend-Blooded, which, I mean, like we talked about in the deck tech, sometimes our opponents just don't kill it because they're not scared of it. They're like, what are you going to do? Ultimate it? Sure, go ahead. Which is just really high variance. So that's Tibalt Tribal. That has been our Gets Odds for this week. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Did you enjoy today's Tibalt Tribal deck? Well, make sure to check out Tezzeret Tribal, which was the last Planeswalker Tribal deck that we played out against the odds.